3 o'clock. And that's when these notices told tenants that they had to be out, pack up all of their things. They only had a day. And as you can see, these notices are on several doors. They are looking for 2 additional suspects. They are searching for them right now, canvassing the area. I can tell you they have found a gun. We're live here in Burrillville. I can tell you that the police chief just let us know, yes, they have found the body of a man. Investigators just arrived here on the scene about an hour ago. Their vehicles are to the right of me, but just take a look behind me. You can see they are sifting through the rubble right now. Just take a short walk with me. It's not going to take very long until we get to 10 feet. In fact, this is 10 feet. It's a short distance, but it probably feels longer if you're being dragged by a car. Take a look down by my feet. You'll see several wires, and many people are wondering today whether or not these wires might have started this fire that took the life of a 4-year-old boy. And just walk with me for a moment, and you're going to see this pink lawn chair. It's a bright bit of color, and underneath is a stuffed animal and several candles. There's still lots of snow on the ground, and that is because those streets, well, those are the second priority for the different crews that have been out on the roads all day yesterday and for part of this morning. These padlocks were put on just around 3 o'clock this afternoon, so nobody can go in and out of these condemned buildings without a city inspector. Coming up at 6, we've got a few exclusive things to show you. The deadbolt is going on as residents at 1274 and 1284 Pleasant Street in Fall River try to pack up their things. On Tuesday, the city told them they had until 3 the next day to move out before the building would be condemned. So what are you going to do?
I have no idea. I have a small child. I have a 6-year-old too. So, and a dog that just had puppies.
Still no word on the exact number of people displaced, but some families include children.
This was just a place for my family to be safe for the time being, and it didn't end up being safe.
The city will put up a few tenants in a hotel in Dartmouth if they have nowhere else to go. Do you think this place needed to be condemned? Was it that bad?
Yes. It's that bad, and it needs to be condemned.
Animal control came in to help tenants with pets. James Turner gave me an exclusive look inside.
Wow. Look at this. Junk. Fire hazard.
Inspectors report 46 violations, including roach and bedbug infestations and missing or non-working smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Tenants say the city had to turn off the heat and hot water earlier in the week, and fire officials checked on them routinely to make sure they were okay. I called the number to Krishna Priya Incorporated, and a woman named Susan called me back. She says she owns the company and the buildings. Susan says the city should have given her time to fix the problems before evicting tenants. She also told me she will pay back the tenants who paid for January. Now, it's not just apartment tenants that had to worry about this notice. Just take a look. This church earlier today, there was also a sign on their front door, but you can see the lights are on. They just told me, inspectors said they could stay for a little while longer. Reporting live in Fall River, Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. Well, Dan, I can tell you the NBC 10 I-team first reported last winter that a Pawtucket officer was under investigation, and we now know it's the same officer seen in this recent video that sparked protests here outside of Tolman High School. This is video from back in 2014. You see an officer hit a man several times with a baton and then spray the suspect with pepper spray after he and 2 other patrolmen appear to have the man pinned to the ground. That officer was Jared Boudreau, the same man seen in this video showing him arresting 2 teenage brothers at Tolman High School. Oh, no, you can't do that! 17-year-old Evander DeBurgo is handcuffed on the floor. Then you see the officer flip and slam his 14-year-old brother Tyler.
He's our school resource officer. I think that he should protect the kids and not be slamming them on their neck. I think he could have definitely handled that a different way.
If your 14-year-old son got slammed like that, how would you feel?
Boudreau was cleared of any wrongdoing in a Pawtucket police internal investigation. The Pawtucket School District told the Valley Breeze it did not know about the incident when Boudreau was hired as a school resource officer. State police are taking over this second investigation to see if he acted appropriately with the brothers. What do you want to see happen?
I want him out that school.
Now, I also also just got off the phone with City Hall, and they gave me new information letting me know that Boudreaux started working here as a school resource officer in August 2014. Coming up at 6, we're going to hear more about Boudreaux's time with the police department, and you're going to hear more from those teen brothers. Reporting live in Pawtucket, Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.
New on the night team, we're getting answers about why a Providence firefighter was hired after he was charged with domestic violence.
It turns out he's faced 3 more charges of domestic violence in the last year alone. The night team Sierra Putman obtained police reports, and she went straight to city officials for answers.
Providence firefighter Brian Dwyer is suspended without pay after getting arrested once again for domestic violence.
It's 24/7, so what you do off duty is as important as you do on duties.
We went straight to Providence Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Perry to find out why Dwyer was hired back in 2013, despite facing a domestic violence charge out of Woonsocket. The 2005 domestic violence charge was dismissed, but a judge sentenced Dwyer to 1-year probation for resisting arrest and obstructing police officers who responded to the call.
Sometimes, young adults get into some mischief as a young person in college or, 18, 19, 20 years old. And so there are always some circumstances in which a decision has to be made, and, you can't hold it against someone when they're minor petty offenses.
Dwyer stayed out of trouble for 9 years, but in the past year, he's been arrested 3 times for domestic violence. He's behind bars right now for violating the bail in a case out of Pawtucket. I came down to Pawtucket and got the police report in connection to that October domestic violence case, but there's really not a lot of information in this report, so I also put in a request to get the narrative. In March, Providence police arrested Dwyer. A co-worker of Dwyer's then-girlfriend called 911 after checking on the 21-year-old who did not show up for work. Responding officers report Dwyer said, quote, "I may have held her down in the bed, and it's possible I may have scratched her with my nails." The 21-year-old had an injury to her neck and told police she once broke her ankle after Dwyer pushed her. The domestic violence charge was eventually dismissed. NBC 10 looked at Dwyer's class and discovered 9 fellow graduates had run-ins with the law. Most were for driving with a suspended license, but one firefighter lost his license for drunk driving.
There are exceptions that we will hire you. All depends on the timing and the severity of the offense.
Reporting for the night team, Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.